It's nighttime. Things happen in the night that could never happen in the daytime. Did you know that? Your toys come alive when you're sleeping. They come alive in the dark. Some of them don't like you. That stuffed monkey you never play with hates you. He wants to kill you, but I won't let him. Aren't you glad you play with me? Oh, look, you're wide awake. Your eyes are so big, they almost look like buttons. How will you ever go to sleep now? Oh, I know. I'll tell you a story. What story do you want to hear?
Slender Bear.
Slender what?
Slender Bear.
Bear. Slender bear.
Slender Bear. Slender like thin.
Yeah, I understand. And bear like roar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, Slender Bear. Once upon a time, there were a lot of bears who lived in a den, and they all were really plump because they'd eaten well all the year long. There was one bear who was smaller and thin, and he didn't have any fat on him. The other bears were asleep, hibernating, but he was awake, trying to find some food before he went to sleep. A little bear was walking around. The other ones were in the den sleeping. He couldn't find anything to eat until he saw a couple of little girls having a picnic.
Oh, they're having a picnic. I'm so hungry. I just want to. Maybe if I go and walk over to them, they'll give me some food.
Yeah, give me some too, little brother. Give me some too.
Oh, another bear had gone with that one. That was the bear who always got the food. So that bear ran up, that bad bear that licking his, and he went over and took the little girl's foods.
Here, little brother. Here, have some.
My food, that's our food.
But I'm not going to take their food. I'll give it back. Here you go, little girl. My brother's a big bully and he just takes food from anybody.
It's
Thank you.
We're hungry.
Yeah, but he had food already and just wanted more and more to get bigger. And he lumbered off and left the skinny little bear there with the girls.
Not so hungry that I'll just take your food. But look at me. I'm a skinny bear. You know what it's like to be the runt of the litter and not get any food at all because all your brothers and sisters are bigger than you and they grab it first, like Roscoe. He'll take food from anybody. It doesn't matter. But I was taught to ask first.
You talk.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big deal because the girls had never seen a bear talk.
I've never seen a bear talk.
Well, most bears do talk, but they don't usually want to do it around humans because they don't want to get in trouble.
You're a very nice bear. I thought bears were mean.
Well, when we get too hungry, sometimes we get mean, or when people drive their cars up into our rock den or come into campgrounds and don't leave us anything, then we get mean. But-
Oh, here's my BLT. Here, you can have it. I'll eat my sister's, the other half of my sister's.
And so there was sharing going on, and
Uh,
the other little girl had part of a sandwich and the other one had other half, and they ate. And now the bear had a big smile.
Here's some cheesecake with some strawberries on it.
He
Ah.
did-
this is the best day of my life. Kate.
The little girl who hadn't said much, she had always wanted a teddy bear, and finally she said something.
Mr. Bear, Mr. or Child Bear, whatever you are, um, can I take you home and put you on my bed? And I'll feed you honey every day.
How about more strawberry cheesecake?
He liked that, but he liked honey too. He liked all kinds of food now because he was ready to go. So yes, the little girls took the baby bear that was so slender home.
Dun, 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 dun. This is where we live.
Oh,
He never seen a big house like that.
oh, this is so much better than a cave.
Okay, let's go to the door.
Okay.
Go inside. Come on.
They were the children of a rich lady, a grandmother who had taken care of them because their parents were dead. And went up to the bedroom.
This is our bedroom. My
I-
sister and I share this room.
Yeah, like she said.
I love it. Where do I sleep?
Right on the bed there. With us.
Wow. He got up on the bed and he was so happy. And yeah, he jumped on a bed. They had a playmate. And this went on for about a week. And one night they were all sleeping in the bed when a bad man he snuck in through the window because he wanted to rob the rich lady's house. He came in through the children's window.
Hey, little girls, shh. Hey, shh.
The bear was sleeping hard, so he didn't wake up right away.
Listen, you show me where the jewels are. I know you got an old lady in here who dresses up real nice. I seen her at the store. So I want her jewels. Now, give me them now. You with the hat on. Yeah, get
She
them.
was so scared she didn't know what to do. She tried to do stuff, but she was too scared. Then the man grabbed at her. He grabbed at her.
Get. Hey,
That's when the other girl screamed.
the jewels are. Come on. Stop screaming. Stop screaming.
That woke the bear up.
You will. You will be our teddy bear.
What's this little skinny slender bear gonna do? Hey, Teddy Ruxpin. Ooh.
And he ate and he ate and he ate until all that was left was the gun. The little girls, they thanked the bear.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bear.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bear.
And they danced around and sang. As the bad man was all dead. And they were the only children in the neighborhood that had a real teddy bear. And if I was you, I wouldn't mess around with those girls. 'Cause you'll get killed. Oh, that's the end of the story because they lived happily ever after. Now it's time for you to go to sleep. Night, night.
What? Well, yes, I'm Evelyn Lamore, advice and love columnist, syndicated in 65 different newspapers across this nation. What? A feature article on me? Off the record. I can give advice, but I can't take it. Engaged 4 times, married 5, divorced 3. Family troubles. My parents tried to disown me when I was 4. Can't blame them. And money, oh, I don't seem to be able to hang on to this stuff. Oh. But you don't want to know about that, do you? No. It's the letters, right? Everyone comes for the letters, right? Yeah. It's all right. Go ahead. There's a stack there. Go ahead. Choose one of them, all right? Yes, go ahead. Oh, hand it to me. Oh, yes. Let's see. They give them little names. Let's see. Let's see what they give this one. This one's called, let's see. Well, they do give them little names. So this is called The Sweet Smell of Spring, Abilene, Texas. I've never been there. I love those accents, though. Anyway, January 15th, 1953, just a little while ago, right? Dear Evelyn, my name is Tamara, and there is trouble brewing in my town. I went to the spring fling, and there I met excuse me. That's why I'm not on radio. I met a nice young man named Stanley. And this is what happened. Oh, I remember this. This is good. So she goes to this spring dance, and there she meets this man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Hello.
I heard your name was Stanley.
I'm glad you did. I wish I knew your name.
Tamara.
Tamara.
Tamara, kind of like tomorrow, only with an A.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you today.
Oh, this is my first spring dance.
Wow, what a coincidence, Tamara. It's my first spring dance too.
Well, there they were, 2 young people at their first spring dance. Everything seemed like it would be just fine, but no, it wasn't.
There's only one problem.
What's that, Stanley? May I call you Stan?
Yes, you may.
Oh, thanks.
My father, when I start to get to know a lady, he always intervenes.
Oh.
He's here at the spring fling, way over there.
Oh.
But I decided today that if I met a woman, a special woman, I would disregard his feelings and do as I would.
Wow.
Well, Tamara was she says it, I'm a really good woman. I'm a good girl. And I just insisted that I meet meet Stanley's father. So I said, drag me over, take me to him, and then let me meet him.
Come on.
Drag me over and let me meet him.
All right. Come on. Let's go.
Oh, Stanley. Oh, Stanley. I like you already. I just think you're honest and charming and a breath of fresh air here at the spring dance. Well, anyway, I'm talking too much.
No, you're not. I think you're all those things plus awfully pretty.
Oh, Stanley.
Daddy?
What?
Daddy,
Throat there. Well, good to see you, Stanley. I'll tell you what, the coffee in these cafeterias, it's always just flat, plain, black, and no good. I don't know why we spend the money we did. You know, Stanley.
Daddy, I'm gonna interrupt you here because,
What?
well, we're here at this spring fling here that they're throwing in the cafeteria, and I just met this young lady right here.
Well.
Her name is Tamara, and I'm introducing you to her today.
And his father's name was Buck. Buck, of all names. It rhymes with Evelyn. That's what she said in the letter.
Howdy. Well,
Mr. Buck,
I'm
Buck,
Buck.
it's mighty nice to meet you. And why I can, I work at a cafe.
do you?
I do. And if you'd like me to brew you up a really nice cup of coffee, I'd be glad to go into that kitchen there and show you that I know how to make a good cup of coffee in that percolator.
Is this, you think, is some kind of test that if you make a good cup of coffee, I'm just going to open the gates to our fortune and my son's fortune and let you just come on in and make yourself build a little lean-to and sit there and eat marshmallows and sip Kool-Aid all day like the other ones?
Daddy,
No, I wasn't thinking that. I'm sorry, sir. I did not mean to offend, but I'd be happy to go in. Maybe I should leave you two alone to have a little conversation while I go in that kitchen and work on the percolator.
Yeah, go make the coffee then. Boy, don't you learn nothing. We'll find a woman for you eventually, somewhere not from around here.
because this is where Ma was from.
Yeah, some of that. She was a no good, low down woman, and she left me with you and our little brother, your little brother, who's gone now because of her. And I've got you, and I made a promise to God that you'd find the right woman.
How can you tell the right woman from me? I know the right woman for me. And Daddy, it's her.
Tamara, huh? You found Tamara today, but what about the real tomorrow?
Anyway, she says in the letter that she couldn't take it, and so she just went home. She just couldn't take it. She wasn't going to be embarrassed by making a cup of coffee and trying to be judged by it. Anyway, 2 days later, she ran into Stanley out on the street. And of course, he was walking with his father, of all things.
So just make sure that you get the rest of the money into the account so it's flush for the rest of the month. And,
Hello, Mr. Buck, sir.
Hello, Tamara.
Hello, Stanley. Oh, thank you for remembering my name. I got waylaid by some of the Methodist women in the kitchen, and I'm really sorry that I didn't come out with your cup of coffee at the spring dance, sir.
You got coffee now?
Sure. We could go into that cafe where I work and I could make you a cup.
Oh, you don't own it. You just work there.
Yes, I just work there, sir.
All right. All right. I'm willing to give this a chance.
So they went into the cafe. Oh, the tension. Can you imagine this? Oh.
I'm not going to put on my waitress uniform because I was just walking down the street and I just thought they'd be nice enough to let me make you a cup of coffee.
Smells good. Nice rich color.
Yeah. Here you go.
Well, thank you. I'd like to put it in my own personal mug right here, but thank you for pouring this in. I always
Okay,
carry-
sir. And would you like a piece of apple pie with that?
And
Well,
she said that she couldn't help herself but gave him pie and fries. She brought out a cheeseburger and a hot dog with chili on it, Abilene fries, and a steak with mashed potatoes.
you two kids just keep talking while I'm eating. Get some more gravy.
Yeah, there's some right there, Daddy. You know, tomorrow,
Yes.
as I've been here and watching all this, I don't care what he says, and I don't care about the fortune. No matter what
Yes.
happens today, you and I are going to be together if you want to be. I want you to marry
And
me.
I don't care if you have money or don't have money. I think you're a decent young man, and I can always work and support us. So if you get disinherited, I don't care.
Okay, thank you, Daddy. Daddy, you're not looking so good.
Listen, I think this is a good meal, but I'm not going to let my. I'm not going to let my. Oh, I'm going to.
That's right. Well, my God, he just had a cardiac arrest right there. I pounced on him. That's what she said in the letter. I pounced on him and I tried to get him to come back, but he wouldn't.
No, my God, my daddy's dead.
Oh,
Tomorrow
Stanley, I'm so sorry. Stanley, I am so sorry.
Me too. Well, me too. Me too.
I think we should call the emergency personnel. Isn't that what people do? I'm going to go to the payphone and make that call.
That's just what they did. Oh, and she says in her letter, she says, Evelyn, it was the sweet smell of spring that produced all the hormones in me that made me pile on the food. It had no mean bone in my body, or I had no mean bone in my body. Well, the question is this. Should I marry him now? He's quite wealthy, and I'm not sure if he just wants to marry me because, well, I helped him get rid of the one person that was destroying his life. What should I do? That's what she wrote. Anyway, you'll have to wait for that one to come out in the newspaper. I think it comes out next month on a Wednesday. That's the day where the most exciting letters are put up. And hey, you and I, you interested in going over to the Biltmore for a drink? Yes. All right, let me just get my hat. Come on.
Crime is bad. Nobody likes it. Everybody hates it. But only a few do anything to stop it. Good evening. I'm Arlo Fisk, and welcome to FBI Inside. As chief librarian here at the Federal Bureau of Investigation, you might expect me, a former agent in the field who opted for this position over an ignominious early retirement, to feel like I'd be missing out on the action. But you'd be wrong. These walls are lined with some of the most exciting FBI cases of all times. Stories of men and women who put their lives on the line for an oblivious public, a public who sometimes acts like the administration of justice is something that can be budgeted like a housewife's grocery money. Which is why we're doing this show. To take you inside on an actual FBI investigation. Tonight's story is titled, it's an exciting story. We're lucky that we got permission to do it. This one, or this particular one, is called Crazy School. Starts with two juvenile delinquents outside of Franklin Pierce High School. They're both smoking cigarettes, which they should not do. One of them appears to have a flask of some kind, which they shouldn't have. Watch.
Hey, let me have some of that. Come on. That's your mom's Galliano, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. I like this stuff. Tastes like licorice. I can drink it all day.
My mom's a drunk on it.
Hey, your mom's pretty cool when she's got a lot of booze in her, you know?
Yeah, she likes to dance.
Yeah. Say,
Yeah.
sometime with that dance hall she works at,
Yeah.
we could go there and we could lift some pockets, you know? I know a really good fence. We can get a lot of the old moolah lula for that, you know?
Oh, that's a great idea.
I'm telling you, Annie, I'm telling you, it'll be great.
This is Lenward Parch and Annie Mulberry, two juvenile delinquents about to take a step across the river of crime to find out what lies on the other side. But justice always has an eagle eye, as you will see, in the person of this school administrator, or teacher, if you will.
Excuse me, young lady, young man.
Getting rid of the cigarette. Oh,
In your hand. Some guy just came by and stuck it in there, sir.
Uh-huh. You think I'm that stupid?
no, sir.
What are you going to say next?
Well, I'm going to have to report both of you
What for?
for smoking and apparently drinking, and you should be in class at this moment.
We're taking an emotional health break.
Lenward always had a smart mouth, but Mr. Atkinson was having none of it.
That mouth of yours is going to get you into very much trouble. I'm going to make sure that you're both expelled.
Ooh, and then no school. Wow, Mr. A, what a punishment.
And that was when Annie said something that just sealed the deal for the dark, deep descent that they were both about to embark upon.
Yeah, I didn't like school anyway. I just want to make some money. Yeah.
Yeah, like he said.
Yeah.
You two are doomed to a life of disappointment and crime, and you will be very sad when you end up in the slammer. I'm going to report you both right now.
But Lenward and Annie didn't care. They felt like they were on top of the world, Ma, and like the whole world was below them waiting for easy pickings. There was an ice cream cart lady who sold ice cream sandwiches outside the school gates. That was their first victim. They saw her there peddling her ice creams.
Hey, let's see. I'd like a chocolate and a strawberry, different cones, and then and a big banana split thing. Okay.
Coming right up. Coming right up.
You know what you like? I'd like you to get one of those cones and don't put anything in it that looks like ice cream. What I want you to do with that is put money in that cone. All the greenbacks you got, all the dollars and $5 bills. Or I'm going to give you one of these. It's called a knockout pop.
They were more than just talk. They were action. They grabbed her and threw her around. The poor old lady didn't stand a chance against the two of them. They threw her to the ground and took her money and ran. Next thing they did was grab a car and hotwire it and begin a joyride.
Eddie, I'd like to learn from your dad once he gets out of Joliet.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. See, nobody can stop us, not even Atchison.
They turned the corner and rear-ended an armored car.
Oh, hey, look what fell out of the glove box. Whoa.
That wasn't all that fell out. As they rear-ended the Brinks truck, the back door popped open and sacks of money fell into their car,
Get out.
right through the windows.
Wait, it's payday in Kid Town. Get it back. Boy, this stuff is.
Put it in the trunk.
Meanwhile, Mr. Atkinson had contacted his twin brother who worked at the FBI.
Yes, that is exactly what's going on here. They are out of control and they're on a spiral into crime.
He reported it to the chief officer who was there at the desk.
Thanks. Thanks a lot. We heard about that Brinks truck. We also heard about the ice cream lady. We'll take care of them.
One
We'll
thing
make
I
them
wanna-
be in school for a long time.
Exactly, that would be the worst punishment possible.
That's
Okay.
why they suddenly decided that the best thing for them to do would be to pretend to be juvenile delinquents themselves, get in good with the gang, learn their secrets, and then sentence them to the big school if they could get a conviction. It all happened very fast. There in downtown Missoula, Montana, the two celebrating
They'll never know
teenagers-
it's us. They'll never know.
The two teenagers were celebrating with their ill-gotten gains, gorging on just what everything they loved.
Hey,
With
hey,
cigarette.
Ed, look. Two new kids on the block.
Hey, we could make a bigger gang, right?
Yeah. But somebody's got to be the leader. How about you?
Okay. I'll go. Let's go over. Come behind me. Yeah, let's go.
All right, all right. Hey,
Hey, my name's Annie. What's your name and your name?
yeah.
My name's
That's Ruffo.
Ruffo, huh?
Ruffo.
Oh, wow.
I'm Lenward.
How you
What?
do?
Lenward.
Len. Lenward.
Just call me Len. Ruffo.
Lynn.
What's your name, boy?
Yeah, you. Blondie.
Yeah,
Tuffy. They call me Tuffy.
Tuffy.
Ruffo and
Ruffy
Tuffy.
and Tuffy.
Tuffy. Well, let's see how Ruffo and Tuffy you are, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah, come on.
And the rumble was
Tell
on.
you.
Fists were flying. They were trading blows and punches. The FBI agents had to pull their punches because they were trained to pull registered weapons of instant death.
Hey, you
Crime
guys
enforcement
punches. That
Yeah.
must be really dangerous.
They are.
You
Nah,
guys-
we don't have to do that stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Smart.
question is,
We're
are you?
smart.
Yeah, we're smart. The question is, are you good enough? We've
Yeah,
robbed
we're good.
banks and killed people. What are your crimes you've done, huh?
We robbed an ice cream lady and a bank. We got a bunch of money in the back of the car. And I got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, let me see that. All right,
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
you're under arrest.
What do you think?
We're not kids.
It's Mr. What's his name from school.
Right, that's right. I've been co-opted by the FBI to help you, and we're both wearing wires, so all the things you just said are on tape.
Hey, what are you going to do with us?
What's the worst that could happen to you?
School forever?
Tell him, agent.
School forever.
And
Oh,
that's exactly-
no.
That's right. Algebra, geometry, advanced grammar,
What? He's got a
history, dates.
No.
You're gonna write a lot of papers. You're gonna write a lot of compositions.
I want to talk to my mother.
I want to talk to my mommy.
Come on, kids.
Come on. Get your pens and paper out. You're gonna be thinking.
When you feel like there is a line there that you might cross, when you might step across the river of crime and find yourself on the other side. Remember what happened to these two juvenile delinquents, because there is nothing that says poetic justice like having to study ancient Roman and Greek poets and the Greek system of justice. Poetic justice coming to you from the FBI.
The great music of the great era of the great silent comedy. Hi, my name is D. Patrick Freeling, archivist and host of Peeper's Little Secrets, a show that you can get on some of the podcast channels on your iPhones. But I'm really glad I'm here today at the Teaneck Film Festival to show you some of my uncle's work. My uncle was Peeper's Kieferbaum, and I was his caretaker for the last 20 years of his life. He left me a magnificent house, a legacy of laughter, and unknown to me up until 2 months ago, a stash of his favorite comedy films. Now, not just Peeper. He wasn't that kind of guy. He didn't like to see himself so much, but what made him laugh was other people, the fond memories of the great talents he worked with. And what we have here is a rebranded, recollected, and rescanned versions of a lot of his favorite comedians and their favorite films, their famous films. So I know you're all film buffs, so if you got a name of one that you like, give us one, and give us that character, one of his favorite comedy characters. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. How about this one? Sandy Schism. You remember Sandy Schism? Originally, Sandy Benikowitz, but shortened the name when he got on Ellis Island. Sandy Schism was lost to the history of most silent film comedies, except he made peepers laugh like nobody's business. But this is one of Sandy Schism's favorite, one of his best, and the one that made his name, called In a Pickle. Yep, Sandy Schism, In a Pickle. Now, I wanted you guys to know something. You're in for a treat, because although I said silent films, these are actually been remastered. They had sound records that went with them. They're made out of clay. It was called lithography. Yes, it was an early Italian format. And so we've taken the sound discs from them and applied them to these digital remasterings. So what you guys are in for a treat. You're going to hear Sandy Schism. Opens up. Sandy Schism, here in the 3-plate color technology that he did use, it was so expensive, only a few of the films, well, that's what busted Sandy Schism. He went on these himself and went broke. But this is one of the first color comedies that you'll ever see. Some in the color and some of the cut reels are in black and white. It's very, very interesting. So, here's Sandy Schism getting up in the morning. And what he wants for breakfast is a traditional Polish breakfast, pickles and pickles. And the sound reel's about to come up right about now.
Nothing I preferred like this, gherkin and kosher dill, a pickle and a pickle, Ooh, I can't wait to take a bite.
Knock, knock, knock.
Well, who can that be? It's pickle breakfast time. I don't like to be disturbed during pickle breakfast time. Come in.
Sandy, I'm your neighbor. You know me. My wife's in the hospital having a baby, and we have no one to watch my little 3-year-old here. Can you take care of her?
I could. Well, all right. I guess since you're my neighbor, I have to.
That's great, and that's right. Come here, honey. This is
Okay,
Sandy.
here I come. Here I come.
That's my little girl. All right, I've got to go off to the hospital where my wife's having a baby.
You sure can pick them. Hello, little girl.
Hi, Sandy.
I'm your neighbor. You've seen me before. I push a lawnmower. Would you like?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what a lot of people don't know is that the girl playing the little girl isn't really a little girl. She's actually one of the great comedic talents of the silent film era. And she was already 45 years old when she played this little girl. Everybody thought she was a little kid. She could play any age at any time. Her name was Luella Dirt.
No, that was delicious.
Well, that's all you're getting, kid, because I've just got this one kosher deal left, and I'm planning to eat it all myself because it's pickle breakfast time.
What about something to drink?
What do you like?
Scotch.
Scotch? Well,
Butterscotch.
oh, that's a relief. I thought you were going to drink it straight. Here you go. Here's your scotch. And here's a pat of butter. Drink up.
Thank you.
As we move on, that's one well-fed kid. Now Sandy Susan gets to his job, full of pickles and ready to mow the lawns of the rich and the hoi polloi of this town. The first lawn he mows belongs to Mrs. Mergosson. Mrs. Mergosson, a delightful old lady. Delightful rich old lady.
Sandy.
Yes.
Sandy. Good
Yes.
to see you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What would you like for your lawn? Do you want a flat top? Do you want it light a little off the top? Maybe just trim the bushes on the sides?
I'd like the whole shebang, Sandy. You do such a good job.
Boy, the whole shebang? And you're my first one?
The whole shebang, the whole lawn and the bushes. I'll just watch you out the window.
Sure.
Sandy,
And there he is as he works. Uh-oh.
you missed that spot over there.
I'm home. My wife had the. Where are you, Sandy? Hey, where's my little girl? What happened to her?
That's right. Sandy, it was tea time and he was in the hot water. He'd forgotten all about the girl and left her wandering off by herself. Well, she's bound to turn up somewhere, huh?
I knew there was something I was supposed to do. What was it? I had a pickle, but I didn't get 2 pickles. Oh, heavens to Betsy, that's right. The little girl. I forgot about my neighbor's little girl. Oh, where'd I put her? No, I don't know. Sheep and lippin' lizards. I gotta find her. Where could she be?
He looked up and down the street. He looked in his backyard. But the one place he forgot to look was in the trunk of his car.
I've looked everywhere. I'll never find her. I might as well get a tire jack out of the back of my car and beat myself to death.
And there she was, like a little jack in the box.
Well, I'll be a peeled crawfish. How'd you get there?
Sandy,
Oh, there you are, honey. Oh. Mwah.
We were just playing car house.
Oh, Sandy, you're the best babysitter ever. You can babysit every day for
I'm a
me.
professional.
Come on, honey.
And everything wound up. He was out of a pickle and into the good graces of his neighbor. Well, that's how Sandy's life goes. Starts with a schism, but he ends with a join. Guys, thank you so much for watching this great, great film. Sandy Schism, he went on to do quite a bit. He was in the early versions of Dragnet with Jack Webb, usually as a dope dealer or a man handing papers saying one word to Jack Webb. Later on, he did audition for From Here to Eternity, but he died tragically during the audition. A lot of people forgot about Sandy, but not Peepers, not my uncle. If you made him laugh, you live forever in his heart. Yes, well, I gotta say, I'm ready now for a pickle myself. And I just wanted to thank you guys for coming to the Teaneck Film Festival. I'll be signing autographs. We've raised so far $6 for charity over the last week and a half. And I hope if you could just chip in a little more. I have some pictures of me that I just took yesterday in my hotel room. I think you'll find them interesting. So anyway, I'm D. Patrick Freeling. Remember what Peeper says, look behind you. That's where the laughs are.
Excuse me. What are you doing here? No, this isn't a bookstore. This is a storage facility. You want a book? I'm sorry, but don't you know that books are outlawed? If you took a book outside of here, the National Police Unit would pick you up and arrest you right away. I'm sorry, go away now, just leave. It's time for you to go. This is a storage facility. Did you say the best of times and the worst of times? Are you from the 451 Project, named after Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury? I didn't think there were any of us left. I'm so very happy to see you. No, I can't give you a book. It would be too dangerous for you to take one of these out of here. You can just call me Miss Clara Nesbitt. Yes. You want a book? No. But I could tell you a story. Yes. If you just tell me the title, I could tell you a story. We could share a story. Yes, I think that's possible. Just write it down there. Write it down there on that little slip of paper there. Yes, they used to be library slips. Whatever Rebecca says. I'm sorry, that's one of my favorite stories. It's been a while, it's been out of print, but I love that story. So interesting that you should ask for that. So this story starts in the middle of the night on a deserted street. There's a street lamp. It's windy, it's cold, it's a little foggy. This story starts back in the 21st century. Yes, 2148 to be exact. And it was misty. The earth was still a place that people could reside. And there was a woman walking in a trench coat, and she found herself underneath this streetlight. She was watchful in her trench coat, and it was the middle of the night, and it was very foggy. It seemed as if she were waiting for someone who took a long time to get there. It also looked like she was remembering this place, like she'd been here before.
You've come.
Yes, Rebecca, I've come.
Daniel, I didn't think that you'd remember.
We made a promise many years ago. Now I'm keeping that promise.
I'm so happy.
You haven't changed.
Nor have you. It's good to see you, Daniel. It's very good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I've been dead now for 30 years.
I remember. I was there.
Yes. And I promised that I would come back 30 years later.
You did. Those were the last words that you said.
And you said, yes, you will. And I will come back. And I knew in my heart that whatever Rebecca says will come true.
I wasn't sure, though, you'd know where to go when you came back. I wasn't sure I knew where to go when you came back.
I wasn't sure where to go when I came back. I wasn't sure where you'd be when I came back.
But
But
look,
I came. Yes.
but look. Under that light from that lamp.
They only had a few hours, because when the sun comes up, Daniel would become like vapor.
And
Oh, go ahead. Finish that story.
that's just how the kids grew up.
How wonderful.
Oh. The light's changing.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You'll
wish-
come back.
I will.
Yes.
When?
This time, it'll be 30 days.
30 days, not 30 years.
I can't wait 30 years.
Whatever you say, Rebecca. 30 days it is then. Oh, The light's coming.
Light's coming.
They saw the dawn and the foggy mist, and he began to, right in front of her face. But she knew he would be back. She just didn't know where. But she had that power because the world would do whatever Rebecca says. This could be a curse, but it also could be a blessing.
The world has enough food. It will feed everyone.
And then it happened.
People were sad.
I'm just so happy. Our family was starving, and suddenly there was so much food in the house.
So much food. So much food. So much food. We have so much food.
Who are fighting, people who are fighting will stop fighting, and they'll find something within the other person they're fighting with to love.
And then it happened.
Gosh, my neighbors all this time. Hi, some food.
I hated you.
I hated you. Do you remember why?
Something about you now.
All
What
the
I like.
corporations that are spewing toxins into our streams and our air, they'll change their ways now. Mean everything.
And it happened.
As the president of this board of directors, I demand that we have clean energy and that we stop using things that produce.
Here, here. Yes, and I second that. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
And in 30 days' time, when Daniel comes back, wherever it may be, I will be. And this time, when the sun comes up, I'll disappear too.
And that is what happened. They met 30 days later at a fountain. And their love was strong. And they had great memories and they shared their dreams. And when the sun rose, she too, without pain, without suffering, went into the mists of time. Because whatever Rebecca says, happens. That's quite a fanciful story, I think, but I like it. You really want a book, don't you? You really want a book. Here is a book. This is from the 20th century. Imagine that. And it's a woman author. Her name is, it sounds French, but I think she was from that northern continent of America. Ursula K. Le Guin. Yes, her stories are quite good, but be careful. Be careful. If you're going to take this story, I want you to be very, very careful. And whatever you do with it, keep stories alive and don't tell.
Thank you, Joshua. Oof.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Hey, roll, Brody.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Yay. I don't have anything to say. Does anybody want to say anything?
I don't know. Is there any questions that we should ask or answer? I mean,
Thanks for
questions,
being
folks?
here.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, great. Thank you for being here. Right.
Yeah.
All of those people who couldn't get into that show 33 years ago, I'm glad you held on to your tickets and we were able to finally honor those.
yeah.
Yes, please, Rebecca, come back and make things better.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll just say this, that this is like one of the few delightful side effects of the current unpleasantness back together again.
Yeah.
You're right.
Couldn't have done this without this.
Well, I'm glad Bats has kept Pulp Playhouse going as an idea and a notion. To me, it's a San Francisco tradition.
Regine has really been driving that with Brian right there with her. So that's great.
Right on, man.
Yeah, it was just fun asking Brian if he minded if I taught it because it's his format, and he was just like, absolutely, and then and so I was able to teach it to some students who did it this last summer, and then I know, Brian, you're teaching a class right now and there's going to be shows with your students, right?
Yeah, my students are going to do 9 shows in May, and they're going to do fully just one genre per show. So crime, adventure, science fiction, and horror.
Nice.
Someone just asked about the origins. Do you want to grab that?
Brian, go ahead, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mike and I were in a comedy group called Fault Line that
Sandy Aldhouse. Hi, Sandy.
Yes.
Sandy Aldhouse is there.
Yeah.
There was another original Fault Line member. We did a Halloween show that was kind of like Tales from the Crypt, where we narrated a bunch of horror stories, and it was so much fun. I came back from going to Europe with Joshua and sat at Doug Nunn's house in Mendocino and came up with Pulp Playhouse and said, what if we did a whole show where everybody told a story, and it was episodic improvised stories with written narrators, and merged merged half actors and half improvisers, so the actors could teach the improvisers and the improvisers could teach the actors, but everybody's actors and everybody's improvisers. So it's just was a way to get people to play in each other's playgrounds when they didn't normally do that.
We're also really lucky that at that time, Oscar Eustace, who now runs the Shakespeare in the Park in New York, Shakespeare in the Public, was running a theater called the Eureka, and he would let us have the stage in the evenings for free. So whatever set was up there, we could get on, and we would play with the sets a little and do that. So we owed Eureka a lot. Susan and Oscar.
Tony Taccone and
Robin wants to know, how long ago was that? 33 years.
Yeah. Sorry, Joshua.
33 years ago.
33. Yeah.
And there were 8 of us, the 5 of us, and then Barbara Scott, Reed Kirk Lohman, and Olan Jones. And then later incarnations with Stephen Karen and Paul Killam and Diane Rachel. Yeah.
Barbara Scott.
And Barbara Scott
Did I
originally.
leave out Barbara Scott?
Yeah, you said it.
Oh, gee.
Oh my God.
You had to say,
I cannot
say
do
Barbara's name 4 times though.
Can't say it enough. I just want to say also that we were at late night, and in San Francisco, late night theater was just really exciting. In that 33 years ago, there was just so much happening. Mona Rogers, and there was just so many cool late night shows.
Dude theater guys.
Yeah.
The Climate, Intersection.
Exciting
Really
times.
It was exciting.
We were lucky that everybody was very creative, and there were a lot of generous people in that sense. And, the flux of different kinds of people and the interest in improv. So I got into improv. Brian taught me improv off of Keith Johnstone's Impro. So when we were in Fault Line, that just had started to come up. And so there was a whole new way of looking at it, because I didn't know anything about it. And previous to that was Second City and things like that. And everybody seemed to grab at improv. I mean, hence you have Bats because of that.
Yeah.
And we'd go to Brian's house and watch lots of movies. We'd give each other lists of movies. And I just found a Christmas present that somebody gave me
Oh, wow.
Oh,
from Pulp. So we'd
That's-
share, authors and say it's in this style and read a lot and watch films.
People,
We learned
so
a lot about genre.
Heidi just asked about our rehearsal time. We did 3 rehearsals of about 2 hours or more, somewhere there. And teched all the Zoom stuff. It's demanding.
Heidi Rahman, who used to do our lobbies.
Yes. And
Yes.
oh,
Great
God,
idea.
yeah.
And who was a member of Fault Line before Fault Line moved to the gig at 9th and Howard. So a part of the original San Francisco State comedy improv group that really, San Francisco State was a wonderful breeding ground for us because we got to perform in the dorms. And we had a regular improv night there, and the theater department had a lot of flexibility where you could just walk into the office and book time for a noon show, or say, I want to do a 5:30 project, and they would usually, if your idea was sound, give you space and resources to do your own theater.
was Larry
Fault
Eilenberg
Line
there
was
at that time?
stars.
Poor Larry.
Before Larry,
Oh, it was before Larry.
A little before Larry, then he came in, yeah.
they were
That was
students.
a great theater department. It is a great theater department.
This was
But
fun.
many of us met there.
Ah,
We did some shows at State after we became Pulp, didn't we?
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, and for the students at least.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember playing that theater. Yeah. Well,
Anyway, thank you everyone for coming. I think we're going to say goodbye. If there's no other questions. Oh, thank you, Sandy.
thank you for being here.
Yeah,
Thanks everyone for
yeah.
joining us.
it was really fun. Thank you. Any parting words, anybody?
This
Oh.
was fun.
Yeah. What a treat to Stephanie, you and I haven't worked together since 93 or something in that vampire show that I directed over over on Valencia.
At the Marsh.
Yes, that's right. The Marsh. So it's great to be back working with you again because you're extraordinary. So yay.
All of you are amazing. I basically had a hard time. I told everybody that I just would have to turn my mute on and just watch everyone else and laugh.
I loved your story, even though I was in it.
I did too.
I thought it was just really, I don't know, it was just quite wonderful.
that was a beautiful story, Stephanie. You
Yeah, it
guys-
was really different.
Yeah.
You really took your time. It was wonderful.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for being here. Thanks,
Bye,
everybody.
People with lovely people.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you guys.
We're going to the green room.
Okay.